Live from
your mama's Gucci bag.
Don't eat your pants with your butt.
Yeah, you gotta pull it out. Pull it out!
And then they do, and then a baby comes out. And that's how you were born.
It's this big long Dr. Pepper dick.
Papa Dick-a Dick.
It's busy.
This is the Way of the Future podcast. Tonight we will be talking about Better Call Saul, episodes 6, 7, 8, and 9. Fuck. Batman vs. Superman.
We're really gonna summarize Better Call Saul.
Yeah, well, I mean,
It's
like, even though that's a lot of episodes, it's not really a lot of episodes. Like, that show fucking drags on, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean, is like stuff happens, but it's very minimal. And it's a lot of back and forth, too.
We'll have to, like, just basically remember what happened
where
at the beginning of episode 6, and then move on from there. But yeah, still, it's not a lot of shit to talk about.
Yeah.
Anyway, Batman vs. Superman, Rogue One trailer, Civil War conspiracies, and Baskin. All right, well, Better Call Saul. So, where the fuck did we leave off with episode 5?
Episode 5?
Jesus.
Good God, I don't know.
So much has changed.
All I know is that Jimmy and fucking What's-Her-Face are together now. They're
living together.
They're working together.
Practice together, so
Jimmy
many ways.
Jimmy is doing underhanded things for her as a token of his affection.
He fucked over Chuck. He made him look like he was incompetent.
Yeah.
Like he was a asshole. And he wasn't no good, and he almost lost his mind, and then he did lose his mind, but we'll get to that.
I think the end of episode 5 was the whole thing with Mike with the fake CGI wounds on his eyes.
Okay, so had the fucking... I don't think the cousins had happened yet.
No, that was like 7.
So first off, I want to say that one of those cousins didn't come back from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, it looks totally different.
Yeah, one of those guys was a different dude.
Mm-hmm.
They just dressed alike.
Yeah, this time the other dude was kind of fatter too.
He could have just gained weight and got...
No, dude, if you look at them...
They were identical
I paused
in the show.
Yeah, they were way identical in Breaking Bad. I paused it in Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
He looks like shit. He looks not the same.
They got some doubles going.
But yeah, Hector Salamanca, and now Mike fucking with him for God knows what reason.
By the way, Hector is like totally lame in Better Call Saul because he's not in a wheelchair and he doesn't have a spell. And he just totally doesn't have that, like, badass mystery to him. He's, like, just a person now.
He's smart, though. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, sure, he's smart, but it's kind of just, like...
I kind of like it, but I see where you're coming from.
He has, like, no intimidation factor whatsoever for me anymore, at least.
Think he's scary because I know that, like, the shit that happened to him in the past...
Yeah, with the
And
flashback.
now... Yeah, exactly. And now I know how he is... Like, but he's still capable of that still. He's not in the chair. That's kind of why I think he's scary. But I do see what you're saying, though. They're making him, like, look like he's almost not smart.
Yeah, like, he's kind of just, like, a regular thug. He's nothing special to him.
To be fair, though, like, the way Mike went about it, like, with his spying and whatnot, and the fact that he has no ties to anyone else... Like, it'd be really hard for him to foresee somebody doing that just because. Like, it's kind of crazy what Mike's doing. It seems a little insane, I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know really what Mike's doing or why he's doing it. Do you guys, like,
have any... He just did it for money.
Yeah.
You think he just... But then why was he, like, spending it? I feel like he was...
Because it's the first time in a while that he's just had extra money. And I also think he's getting bored.
I don't think he was doing it to be nice. I think he was...
bored.
That's why you think? Yeah. I think he's like got some end goal with stealing the money. Like he's trying to affect the cartel or something in some manner.
Well, yeah, maybe.
To attract the attention of somebody else. But like, I think that was just him trying to get rid of the money. Like he's throwing it around right now so it can't be traced back to him.
Well, going to a bar and like, he's not doing it in the right way then.
That's true. What happened with Saul? Like, it's weird, though, because, like, every time Mike pops up, it does feel like... How I put it? Like, Vince Gilligan was like, okay, I want to put a little bit of Breaking Bad in this. Just a little bit, like...
There's got to be some violence factor coming from
somewhere. Or, like, the hose with the nails through it. Like, him constructing it. And then pulling it across like at the last second,
Plan
like
where they have to like steal something.
perfectly timing that shit. By the way, if he'd tried to do that like at the wrong time at any point,
Yeah.
another car would have just blown right through it. Like this whole thing would have been fucked. He timed it out perfectly. It's kind of crazy. He probably had like super binoc. The only way it would
He
work
was
is,
coming that day and just probably just waited there like all day.
I guess if like that dude was literally doing it at the same time every day, like he was that consistent, then Mike could get him. But yeah, he got that guy real good, and he looked like a ninja.
I've been known to do some ninja things every now and then.
Yeah, like fucking taking out Mexican ice cream trucks or whatever the hell that was.
More like being a customer of.
You're like, I get hungry.
You've never had a pina colada bar.
So
Those
get
are
out,
the best.
get out of my face.
Yeah.
What happened with Saul? Saul fucking sabotaged Chuck, but did anything else happen?
Well, before that, he basically forced the firm into like firing him,
Oh, yeah, he pooped in
and
the bathroom.
then he like
Yeah,
he like
Didn't
proposed
flush it.
the idea to Kim of them like sharing a business place and like a firm, but working separately, like separate entities but under one roof.
WM, waste management.
Yeah.
And then he pooped.
Yep, again and again and again.
And
He's not
so like now they're
pushing.
like going to work out of like an old dentist's office, it looked like.
Yep, and they had just gotten the fucking seats up out of there, which looked really unsafe with that little dolly thing also.
Other than that,
Well, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that happened in there.
besides the huge plot thing that just happened in the last episode,
Yeah.
it's kind of a slow boil.
Yeah.
Super slow boil.
I feel like there's something I'm forgetting, but fuck it. Yeah, let's just talk about it.
The slow boil?
Yeah, Chuck.
Chuck
Like-
ate it.
Yeah.
Chuck had his moment when he got those people back, and then he was able to talk for like 10 minutes before he went crazy. Because he didn't have his little fucking...
But he did it for the
reflector
worst
dish.
asshole reasons.
Yeah.
Just to be a prick about
He
it.
needs his tinfoil suit.
He
He should just line his suit with that shit.
He
did.
did, but it sounded like fucking
But you can
snow
hear it.
pants. Yeah. I
Oh.
was like,
Like when even just breathing, like barely
Pretty
moving.
cool.
He should
if
make a
you can hear
fedora, line the fedora inside with it, and then put it on his head. That will make noise.
he should just wear a full-on Dr. Doom suit and fucking tell people to deal with it. Or he'll like fry them.
Deal with it. do you believe that disease is real? Or do you think it's all in his fucking head? For
They
real?
proved it already.
It's real? Oh, well...
No, that it was fake. In season 1, he was in the hospital, and the doctor were like...
She had that thing on.
Yeah, but like it was under his line of sight, and he didn't fucking see it, and so... Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah.
I mean, like, dude, but you can trick yourself, like, placebo yourself into, like, a lot of different, like, symptoms.
But did you notice that his face was getting all fucking, like, bruised up, like, before he fell this time? Like, there was that spot on his forehead that looked like he hit it, but it looked like a sore that was opening.
I didn't see that, no.
You didn't notice it? That's why I said look at his head. I was like, what's up with his head? It's like a big red mark on his forehead. Okay. I saw it. I thought there was a red mark on his
I
forehead.
saw it, but it could have just been like he was like, straining.
Yeah.
His face was getting red.
Yeah, because he was getting frustrated with that guy whom was paid off.
Yeah, Jimmy him. But, still, Chuck shouldn't have flipped the fuck out and ate it.
Chuck should have just went in there with his fucking cape.
He did go in there with his cape.
It
What?
fell off
He
though.
It fell off when he wasn't noticing?
Yeah.
Well, he was just, like,
He,
dropped
like-
it
Yeah. like
in the
just-
process.
What a baby, Chuck. You're a little baby.
Well, I mean, he has a subdermal hematoma at the least.
Yeah.
That
saying.
means bruise.
Man, that'd be so screwed up if he was dead.
Yeah, he totally...
Did he full
Ate it.
on like whack, like on
Yeah, it was
the
retarded.
corner, the 90-degree corner
On his
like,
temple.
Yeah, he's at least gonna have some brain.
It wasn't a corner, but it
Brain
was on the
problem.
edge for sure, yeah.
He
Brain
might,
problem.
he might lose his sight.
You know, there wasn't any blood.
That we saw
Right.
immediately, and there wouldn't be immediately.
It'd be
as
in
soon
the
as
brain,
as soon as he
too.
hit the ground.
Bleeding in the brain.
That's cool.
Alright.
Alright, Batman vs. Superman.
Uh-oh. Here's
I
the-
like the Aquaman part.
Okay, wait. Before we start really talking about it, just simple. Did you like it or didn't you like it? I liked it.
Are you waiting for me?
Yeah, everybody else go.
Okay.
Did you like it or didn't you like it? Just simple. Well, that's what
yes or no?
Yeah, like
that's
did you like
too tough.
No, it isn't.
I liked it and I didn't like it.
For the most part.
Okay, well, that's your answer then. I liked it and I didn't like it.
Yeah, and we'll talk about why I liked it and didn't.
No, but I mean, I was just saying, like, first off, like, I just wanted to get it out of the way first. Did you like it or didn't you like it?
I give it way more credit than a lot of the critics are saying.
Okay.
Which is, I guess, I like it in a way. Which we'll talk about.
In your fucking head, like in your mind's eye.
Yeah.
Like let's say you got out of, you weren't you, but you knew what you know.
Yeah.
Like, and you knew how you felt about it. How would you describe your feelings for the movie, man? Like, would you, if you had to put it on a list of movies that you would ever...
Yeah.
Okay.
He just can't, can't narrow it down to a black and white. It's gray for him.
I'll put it this way, though. I'd tell people to go watch it.
You liked it then, I think. Like,
There's things I didn't like.
Yeah, but there's things I didn't like, too, but I don't know. It's not hard for me to differentiate between a movie I liked and I didn't like.
I liked it for different reasons. We'll talk about it. Frankie, what did you think?
I'm like, we're overthinking this.
I kind of liked it, but it made me feel weird.
See? So that's how I kind of feel. How about you, Ian?
I like...
For the record, it made me feel weird, too.
For the most part, I liked it, but there were also things that were off.
Yeah. We were all in the kind of the same boat.
So, yeah.
Okay, so everybody liked it, though, I guess.
I'm not going to say I hated it, and I don't think it was a bad film.
Okay, so we're getting into the nitty-gritty then. I don't think it was a bad film either. I liked it, but, like, I don't think, like, the things that I didn't like about it necessarily, like, keep it from being a movie I would categorize as something I like, is all.
Yeah, they weren't deal breakers.
But there was some genuinely weird shit in it. The music direction, at least in some parts, I thought was very strange.
Yeah.
For the most part, though, it was pretty dead on. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
What else? The filming of it was awesome, like, all throughout.
I'll tell you what was almost...
Just a little too dark sometimes, but, like, also, like, I can understand why it would be dark in some of the scenes. Like, in the building, where the two cops are, like, going through all the...
First time they show him in the suit.
Batman?
Well, they don't really show him, that's the point, though.
No, the first time he's on screen is Batman.
Yeah, it's when the cop's like almost shooting with a shotgun. He's flailing from the ceiling, and there's like dust and shit all over the place. And
that is the first.
Is he like shoving his fists through the ceiling? By the way, because it looked like he was like, doosh, and just like flipping around and shoving his fists more through these like broken, old, dilapidated walls and ceilings.
I don't know, but I will say this: this was probably the most active Batman I've ever seen on film.
Yeah, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it was probably the best Batman I've ever seen on film in terms of the action and the way that he fights and the way that he moves. But I wouldn't say that this was like the detective Batman that I know.
Actually, well,
I like him as Batman. I think he's great.
Yeah, I really thought he was good as Batman too.
Bruce Wayne and Batman.
And I don't think like he was a bad detective in this. I just don't think he was detecting everything he should have been. Like, okay, he was doing fine on like detecting like all the shit he needed to do to kill Superman.
Yeah.
But he was completely neglecting the whole fucking like Lex Luthor situation. Like the one where he didn't know it was Lex Luthor, but there was this guy that was taunting him with the like newspapers and shit the whole time.
Yeah,
like he should have definitely like been paying more attention to that, I guess. Otherwise, like none of it, the rest of it wouldn't have basically happened.
Right.
Well, he thought he knew who that was though, so it wasn't like he needed to find out.
What's that?
He thought that was his ex-employee.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Yeah, he thought those, and he didn't get those letters because they were holding him back from him.
Yeah.
Oh.
They were the checks that were being returned. Remember?
Okay, he did figure it out though about.
But
that
it was really Lex that was doing it.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like, I mean, yeah, he was kind of super spy-ish. You know what I mean?
Who?
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne, like when he was being a detective Batman, but he wasn't very detective as much as he was secret agent.
He was just sneaking around a Lex Luthor party.
Yeah, and this Alfred was probably the most active Alfred I've seen because he's like fixing the car and he's
I like that
making stuff.
Yeah.
It's very year one Batman.
They had
Alfred.
the Tim Burton Batman or Tim Burton Alfred doing a lot of like cool stuff. Also, if I remember correctly, he was always like running the Bat computer and stuff.
That's
He
true.
didn't fly a droid though, like in this one.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I guess he flew the Batwing.
Well, this one
As
seems
like
like
a droid.
this one just seems like year one Batman. I mean,
Drone.
year one. Yeah, this one just seems like year one Batman that the Alfred that taught Batman how to fight.
Yeah.
Like he's definitely ex-military and stuff like
SAS
that.
or
I just thought he was like an embittered old man, and I like that too. He had so many good like witty little criticisms of Bruce.
Yeah,
Like-
it's gonna be exciting to see what they do with the Batman movie,
Yeah. I hope
especially since Jeff Johns is writing half of it
it's a
And
prequel.
Ben Affleck is directing
and writing.
so-
Yeah,
Yeah, he's writing it with Jeff Johns. Last I heard.
and from what I heard is Jeff Johns did most of the writing.
Well, either way, I'm awesome with it. Like with him being Batman, also,
Yeah,
it's so weird. Like his face looks different than I've seen him look in almost anything. Maybe he worked out and like muscles made his face look
Affleck?
different. Like yeah, his face looked different in this than I feel like in any other
I mean
movie.
the jawline.
Yeah, it was the mix of the jawline and his cheekbones,
And I think
where his face just looks straighter and more like comic book esque, basically.
I think the helmet, the bat mask, actually the cowl, is what it's called, the cowl, helped do that. I think the way the
He
cowl
was
was
shaping his
designed-
face when he wasn't wearing it.
Plastic surgery.
Oh, no, I didn't notice that at all.
Yeah, because I was like, dude, it was when he wasn't wearing it that I'm talking about. Like his face just didn't look like any time I'd ever seen Ben Affleck's before that.
I don't
To
know.
me, I guess.
I don't know. It looked like that in Gone Girl to me.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't look at him and think about the changes. I just look at him for
Also,
what this
dude,
film that he's in.
Like when in this movie, I also noticed he was like so ripped that it looked like he could barely wear like suits.
Yeah.
Like it looked like when he was moving, he was just like looking like he was gonna fucking tear through his clothing. Like it was nothing.
It's like you don't even have to be that ripped to do that.
Yeah, no,
Suits
it
themselves-
actually reminded me of like Street Fighter characters.
Suits
Like
themselves.
them wearing like fucking like suit clothes and whatnot, but like
Even if
they're
you
just
have-
like huge, like 3 foot in diameter, like limbs in them, you know?
So when I remember Gal Gadot or whatever her name was going to be Wonder Woman, but when they finally showed her on the screen, I forgot that was her because I didn't see her in the Wonder Woman getup.
Yeah.
So when I saw her, I heard her talk, I was like, oh shit, it's Talia al Ghul. But the reason why I thought that is because the way that she acted and the way that she looked reminded me so much of Talia al Ghul that I felt like that should be Talia al Ghul.
Wouldn't
It kind of
He
did
already-
seem like a little
wouldn't-
Talia al Ghul-ish.
Because
But
she
he already-
seemed very menacing.
wouldn't he already?
Nah,
have
she
known
didn't
her?
seem menacing, but she was mysterious like Talia al
Wouldn't
Ghul
he already have
is.
met Talia al Ghul? It's like 20 years.
I
ago.
Yeah,
suppose
he
so.
would have. He would have.
Yeah.
No, like
But still.
you're right though. It was a little Talia al Ghul-ish, but Wonder Woman does Talia al Ghul type shit sometimes.
Yeah,
Like
I
she
guess.
goes like undercover and like uses feminine wiles to like get in places. No, she does. Like
She does.
just saying.
She uses her agenda on the men.
And Mercy
Yep.
Grace didn't really look like an Amazon to me.
I think she was fine.
She was just a tall woman, which is also
I thought she
fitting
was
with the Gal
fine.
Gadot
There was
thing.
some weird shit with her though, like I was complaining earlier about the guitar riff intro,
Yeah.
and also like the pictures of her in Lex Luthor's little file.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think even looked like her.
You know,
Yes.
they photoshopped her. I mean, they used After Effects during the fight with Doomsday to make her grow muscles.
Oh yeah, dude, it looked like it.
Yeah.
Like there was one part where her shoulders were like huge, and I was like, "What?"
It was
the
when she was
fuck?
blocking the blast from
Yeah,
Doomsday,
she went like this.
and it pushed her back, right?
And,
Yeah,
like,
her
and-
back grew,
Yeah, it was weird looking actually. 'Cause I
and,
was
and
like,
her thighs grew. Her thighs grew too, and I'm pretty sure that's like the way they made her look beefier, like strong,
I'm not sure
to show
why.
her strength.
I don't think that's a bad thing though.
It's not if that's the way they want to show her being like strong, but at the same time, it's like that's what people were complaining about. Why didn't you just like say that you were going to do CG to make her look more like
Why does anybody have to fucking give a shit about what people are complaining about?
That's
when you're
true,
making a
but
movie?
that's true, but
fuck people
I
who
guess
like
they-
think they know everything before they watch a movie.
well, it's not about
Just
knowing
wait till you watch
everything.
it.
It's about like
People were like totally like
I s-
judging a whole movie based on like the fact that this woman was like
too skinny.
kind of a little skinny, and it's like, dude, you shouldn't have to just be like, don't worry, we're gonna CG in some muscles and some parts.
Alright, I know, but look what they did with her at the end of the day. They felt the same way, because they fucking CG'd muscles onto her.
I just don't see the problem with it. I thought it was done well enough. I did notice it, though.
Yeah.
It was like one of the parts where I was just like,
I went to the comic book shop on Wednesday,
right.
and I talked to people about it, and most of them agreed that she would make a great Talia al Ghul. And then they also said they didn't even notice the muscles. And I was like, you didn't notice that she fucking grew like 3 sizes.
It was real quick. I mean, but like you have to like really be paying attention.
Yeah.
I did see it though.
Yeah, it was right when Doomsday blasts at her and she blocks it with her shield or whatever.
It's her like little gauntlets.
Yeah, and then she gets pushed back kind of, and then she muscles up so she can like deflect or something. And it was kind of like they used a lot of...
I could have sworn she did like a spread eagle thing where she like... Okay.
Yeah.
And it like showed her back.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, and they used a lot of angles on her too to make her look.
I didn't notice the
big.
thighs getting bigger, but I noticed I definitely noticed the shoulders.
Yeah, she got ripped.
But no, fucking like, dude, the movie like isn't. I don't know. With casting, you can't just always be like, it should have been better this, should have been better that.
Hell, I thought
Affleck
was going to be the bomb until I actually watched it. Until I saw the first trailer, and I said, okay, maybe he'll be okay.
The bomb? You mean like?
I mean the bad thing.
Yeah.
The big doo doo.
I thought I still like Henry Cavill as Superman, but
I do too.
I'll tell you what happened.
I liked Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I like Lex Luthor also.
I thought I was going to hate it, and I actually really enjoyed him.
Yeah, he actually, like, there was the whole outward kind of, like, website owner type appeal to him, where he was just, like, kind of an independently wealthy kid who was going to use his money to do kind of weird shit, right?
Yeah.
But, like, below that, like, directly below that it felt like the real Lex Luthor.
Well, it's Lex Luthor Jr.
No, it's Lex Luthor, dude. I don't care what the fuck the name is. It's Lex Luthor.
Well, they said that even the director said that it's not Lex Luthor. It's his son.
Whatever, dude. It's Lex Luthor. It's it's Superman's nemesis.
Well, yeah, because we're not going to see the old Lex Luthor because he wasn't really...
He never fought Superman. He's not
right.
actually Lex Luthor. This is Lex Luthor, for all intents and purposes, at least. And I was okay with it. Like, it also makes more sense for this. It's a modernization of the character for him to be like, kind of like acting like he does.
And millennial.
Yeah, exactly, right? But like the thing is like he still acted like Lex Luthor in so many ways. Almost all of his behaviors, I feel like, would be something that you would have seen in a comic.
It reminded me a lot of Batman villains.
Yeah,
like
you're just talking about how he talks. You're just talking about how he talks.
His dialogue, not just the way he talks, but the choice of words. It was like Riddler, Mad Hatter, a little bit of Joker. I mean, there was a scene that was pulled straight out of fucking Killing Joke. You know?
What was pulled out of Killing Joke?
When they're on top of the building together and Superman's about to kill him, and then he says, oh, wait! Look what I have, and he starts pulling out the pictures of Martha Wayne. Martha Kent. And she looks just like Batgirl when she got raped.
Yeah, I guess.
And it was just like Killing Joke, you know, and it pissed him off just like Batman got pissed off. I thought that was an homage to the comic, but just done backwards with Superman instead of Batman.
You think he would have used those pictures on Batman, like in some way?
Why? That wouldn't have the same effect as
it wouldn't. It's so weird, actually.
And then, what did it say on her forehead? Was murder?
Or no, it was murder?
Murderer or alien or like...
I don't remember.
Something
it
like
said
that.
something on her forehead. It was...
Yeah,
Watch.
in
Something?
something like that. In a Killing Joke, it was ha ha ha, but...
Yeah, it was.
But you see what I'm saying? It was like very Killing Joke, and no one fucking picked up on it. Like I looked on all the websites.
I totally didn't pick up on it, but it is kind of like Killing Joke.
There was one thing that happened that I was about to consider standing up and walking out for a minute.
What?
When Bruce Wayne's origin, he's in the well, and then all of a sudden he fucking lifts off the ground as a little kid, and the bats are circling him, and he fucking lifts up like Superman does when he's about to fly. I was like, oh God, no.
Yeah, it definitely looked like shit.
I was like, no.
I did not. Yeah, I didn't want it to start that way.
Yeah, and to me, it almost until he woke up from the dream, it almost felt like
the voiceover says, "In my dream, that's how it happens."
But that happened like way after the lifting, and it took a while for us to get to that point. You know,
like,
it's totally something that they would draw in a fucking comic book in a still frame, and it'd look kind of cool. That totally didn't transcribe well to like actual motion.
Yeah,
and
because it made us feel like we were being. I almost felt
it was the spinning. It was the spinning. It was like he'd get dizzy, and it just looked weird too. Kind of, it didn't look cool.
So like when that was happening, if that wasn't a dream, I was like, okay, now his dad's gonna have his arm, you know, and he's gonna be dangling, or like or Alfred's gonna have his arm.
I was like, his dad
harness was on him, and he was just hallucinating.
I don't know. Yeah, the bat like bit him. I don't know.
No, he was just going crazy because he.
Yeah,
saw the bad.
Even before that, like I was already like a little on edge because as he was falling, his little kid face just looked dumb to me. Yeah, I thought it
you know
looked
who that
really
was, right?
retarded.
Yeah,
No,
it looked really bad.
That's the kid from Walking Dead.
No.
What?
Yeah,
That's not Carl.
yeah.
No, it
No,
isn't.
it's not.
I thought that was Carl.
No.
The kid's like fucking almost 18 now.
Damn.
Yeah, no, that kid, but anyway, like that kid looked real dumb when he was falling through the. Actually, I thought he looked really dumb too when he was like screaming in the alley. Also, like he just didn't look good all around. I guess minor complaint, really, but like it's something that you should get right. Kind of
a little Ben Affleck face on.
Yeah.
They could have drew it.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't mind Doomsday that much. Like I've kind of heard some complaints from people about that.
What about Doomsday?
In the way that like why would Luther fucking let that thing loose? Like it seems like weird because like it would kill everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the whole point like I think was that Luther didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like he was just like
I thought it was to show the world that these things are dangerous, and then like he wasn't going to say that he necessarily did that.
Maybe
because
that,
he said
maybe that too.
Because he said that something else was going to come, and then like you know.
I think that it showed through that the whole
theory.
point of Luther's like whole plot in this was to fucking make everybody turn on Superman.
Yeah.
And if people weren't going to turn on Superman, then he was going to at least kill him.
Yeah.
And I think that was like that was it. That was like the whole path of logic, and that's as far as he got. He didn't really care about the consequences of what like letting that thing loose would be per se, as long as it killed Superman.
I think there's a lot of stuff that was left on the cutting room floor,
and he actually says that much, doesn't he? Actually, in the jail, was like he made him fall.
I think this Lex is a little bit different than the other Lex in the way that like he doesn't really need as much of a reason to do things. So I don't think he really like he just did it because like he wanted to.
Okay. He's a little crazier for sure, though. I'll give you that.
He doesn't need much more motivation than that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like we didn't spend enough time, or he didn't spend enough time learning about all the shit that's going on in the galaxy or universe?
That's what I mean. He didn't
Yeah.
care. He got access to this new technology and he wanted to use it, and so he did.
But then we saw deleted scenes, and he was like fucking worshiping.
Yeah, but that was after. I'm pretty sure. Because if you look,
that's right when
the Doomsday Afterbirth is in there.
Yeah.
And so it's already after the fights happen.
It's when the SWAT gets in there.
Yeah, so it's at the end. He went in there probably to like try and
You've seen the deleted scenes?
We watched it.
We watched it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh, you were...
Yeah, I was drunk.
Intoxicated. Inebriated.
Well, it was at the end of after the movie.
You don't remember it? Lex Luthor's laying in the pool of the Afterbirth Mung. I think it's what it's called. He's in the Mung. And...
That's a gross word.
It's the truth. I think that's Afterbirth.
Yeah, no, it's
Mung.
Yeah.
Is it Mungo a name?
Yes. Mungo Cherry. It's a band. So anyway, he's laying in this Mung, and he's got like all this goop all over him. And in front of him is those fucking... actually, around him are all those things from Superman Man of Steel. Those fucking...
robots.
The robot guys. And they're sending the signal to make this fucking big...
remember the Kryptonian
right,
technology that's like, those little hand, the like pin things you can put your hand on, make the shape of your hand in pins.
those floating
technology
things from Man
works
of
like
Steel
that.
turn into like a Viper
There's something
thing.
like that going on, and it's a transmission from Darkseid.
From Apocalypse, and it's got a bunch of mother boxes all around him. Steppenwolf.
Yeah, he's holding 2 mother boxes.
Yeah, and then there's Lex Luthor on his knees in front of the thing, worshiping it.
I don't think he was worshiping it. I think he was like, like he was like on his knees.
But
he was in the water.
Zack Snyder called the scene Communion.
Yeah, but that just means speaking to a higher power.
That's true.
I'm
and
afraid
that's what they are, and don't they call them?
But it's also submitting to a higher
isn't
power.
Darkseid part of technically one of the new gods?
He's from Apocalypse. Yeah, he's a new god.
Yeah. So God, and they're communing with them.
I'm afraid that they're trying to move too fast.
Yeah, it felt that way the minute we saw the Apocalypse fucking Omega sign.
Well, dude, it felt that way almost. I don't know.
Honestly, I felt like it was going to be a Crisis event when I saw the Flash.
It almost was. It almost was with what was going on with Doomsday there.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, they're gonna have to like push him in a black hole or something, like to kill him.
Yeah, he was crazy for Doomsday. Like, what I was seeing on the screen as far as like the explosions and like the fucking electricity beams and shit coming off of him, that shit like genuinely looked like something that you'd see drawn on the page of a DC comic.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, okay, this fight scene's pretty cool. But there was also weird shit in it that like looked like it was almost like photoshopped together.
Yeah.
Like the fucking weird montage scene. I remember it was like Wonder Woman hit him, and then fucking
it was
like
supposed to be like from
Batman fucking nails him with the fucking kryptonite bolt or the gas thing, and then here comes Superman out here with the fucking spear. Fucking, but like it was like panning in such a way, and they look like cardboard cutouts almost, like against the
it's
fake
just one
backdrop.
of those things where it's like when so much is going on, like your brain's just like, nope, like cut out all the details.
And that's like editing with one single shot with a green screen, and trying to make everything look 3-dimensional.
They did a pretty good job.
Fucking what's his name? Commissioner Gordon's dead, pretty sure.
I think Barb might be.
But she was in
now.
deleted scenes, I heard.
I know, but I think she might be like working for the police now. Like she took over.
Yeah, possibly.
Like in Batman Beyond.
I wonder if she's crippled.
I hope not.
Why?
Only one way to find out.
Because if she's
Legs.
not, then she might be able to come back as Batgirl.
She could be Oracle.
Yeah, but
they could still have.
I like Oracle, but like I never.
But
really
the movies are
liked
gonna have
Oracle.
to. I'm pretty sure the movies are gonna have to be prequels anyway.
I know, but I mean,
So,
like,
I mean,
for the
like, she
Justice
could-
League stuff, whatever's coming after. the Batman
She's fine
movie.
as Oracle. I like her as Oracle more
I
than
just-
Batgirl, to be honest.
They need
She's so much more effective as a fucking like living
yeah,
like
but literally,
encyclopedia.
like they could just make an AI that would do that.
No, but I think
she's
that's
been
the
an
point.
AI in some of them.
No, I think that's
Oracle
the point though. Is that
has
like
been.
she's better than that though.
Oracle in New 52 now isn't even Barbara; it's some other person.
But it's still a person.
It's a girl. Yeah.
I can't
Which is
remember, but I
almost
thought
a
she took
person.
over for someone.
You said it's a girl, and I said
I think
like,
it's
almost a person.
I think it's Alfred's. I think it's Alfred's daughter. It's the new Oracle.
Oh, the one that's like related to him.
Yeah, it's his daughter.
Alicia Silverstone.
Oh god.
Alicia Silverstone.
She popped a wheelie right into Chris O'Donnell's heart.
She stole that
ours.
motorcycle.
She's like, thanks, Uncle Alfred.
Crash-
Thanks for making me a bat suit with nipples.
Where's the tassel, Daddy?
God.
So there's this. So this is the thing that I liked about the movie is
Was
the
the
fact
nipples?
that yes, in the tassels, Daddy, and so there's this stuff in the film that are so it's
Made me
so
think
comic
of
book.
Boardwalk Empire.
There's
Sorry.
this yeah.
Dated.
I'm a baby tiger, Daddy. Remember
Nips
that?
and nips.
No.
I'm a tiger baby. Anyway, so
Okay.
So the things that I really liked about the movie was there's a lot of comic book stuff that you would never expect to see it in the movie. Not only that, but the way that they filmed stuff was so comic book-ish
Yeah.
that it was like, holy shit! I never thought that they would be able to capture a moment from a comic book.
There were a lot
They
of
did
there was
really
a lot
well.
of shit, like especially during the Darkseid dream sequence.
Yeah, then the Flash.
That was just like
It,
so DC.
I have to say though, it felt a lot like their animated movies. get sometimes.
Kinda.
The way they do those now, the recent ones, the way that the fight scenes unfold.
in the best ones,
Kind of like that.
Like
The
in
last
the
few
worst
to come
ones.
out are really good.
Like Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flashpoint was pretty dirty.
Um,
It was
speaking
good.
of dirty though, like to get back to weird complaints, like fucking Batman murdering the shit out of everyone.
Yep.
Like I'm not sure why.
I liked that.
A lot of people were upset, and then a lot of people were like, "Let
It's
him
not-
fucking kill people." and
It's
use
not really
guns."
like I'm upset.
more
It's just like, dude, you're not really like writing it about Batman. This is like changing who
I've thought
Batman is
over
to
the
an
years,
extent.
it's like, okay, like, no matter how careful he is, he's had to kill people like that before.
Yeah.
He's definitely
Not to this
he's
extent.
definitely killed people just through fucking beating them. I'm
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
not to this extent, but like...
You can't hit people like he
he's-
does and not kill a few people.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, he just hit someone so hard their heart stopped. Or like
The difference
or they had a
being
heart attack
is
or
like we're
something.
talking multiple people and like anytime you
I know,
got
I know.
behind the wheel of a vehicle,
So I'm
He
just...
shot the shit
what
out
I
of
was going to say,
everyone.
though, is...
yeah.
I've accepted...
You know, it was like G.I. Joe 2, where it was like plausible deniability, where it never showed anybody directly getting shot. And so, like, they could just be like,
I think that's just the way it was
we didn't
filmed.
show people get killed.
I was at the comic book store on Wednesday, and I argued that because I said, like, that's the first time I've ever seen Batman blow up a bunch of cars with people in it, and they were like, "Wait, when did he do that?" And I was like, "Are you kidding me? Did you fall
Yeah.
asleep during the
He
movie?"
drove the car through people. Like,
Yeah.
when
He
when
landed
drove
right
through the
on
truck,
top of like
yeah.
5 of them and just crushed the truck.
At least
it was
one of
like
them.
crazy.
And then he
Yeah.
shot his missiles at some, and
Yeah.
blew them up, like blew
Yeah.
them up.
Yeah, blew up the vehicle.
And
The
no,
front
no.
end too, not the back
Yeah.
Not
end.
even missiles. It was like that crazy spinning Gatling gun on the front. He
Yeah.
just shot the trucks
Dude,
and
he
blew
did
up the
2
trucks.
sequences.
Yeah, and I was like, "How is he not killing people?" They were like, "Well, I mean, they didn't show them die though."
Exactly.
And I was like,
See, I told
"That's
you.
some bullshit."
I told
Yeah,
you.
I'd
I
be
was
like-
like, "That's some bullshit."
I'd be like,
guys.
well, like
Yeah,
that
definitely
happens
is.
in war too. Like you don't want to see the person you kill, but you know you killed someone.
Well, the reason why they don't
Right.
show them dead, obviously, is because they don't want to show that for the character's development. Like, that will ruin the character for
But-
people.
but
But
I-
he did fucking do it.
What I was saying though earlier is like that I've always
he did.
accepted that he's
Definitely.
at least killed a few people along the way. That I can accept it a little bit more.
But that was
because-
blatant.
Yeah, but I'm saying this is because I've always thought he's at least killed a few people, but now it's
What
just
was he
more
chasing them for anyway?
He wanted to get that package.
like it had the kryptonite in it.
Yeah.
That's right. Just killing the shit out of them though.
And then Superman shows up.
Well, you knew that they were like mercenaries.
That part, like, I feel like should have had like some sort of like when he was slow mo fucking turning around
Yeah.
the corner and Henry Cavill's just standing there. I feel like there should have been like an old school fucking record scratch, like, and yeah,
With the part where he asks him if he bleeds,
yeah.
I felt like they should have used the one from the like where they put it in the trailer because it just felt like it had more impact.
Dude,
when
fucking
Superman's standing above him and he's standing below him with the suit.
Yeah. They
fucking.
just took it out and put it there.
I don't really mind that, but it was fucked up. Like it made me feel awkward at that part because like 2 rows up, like there's this Asian dude that I swear to God fucking like said it out loud to himself, like at the same
Yeah.
time.
Do you bleed?
Yeah, it was fucking
He's sitting
weird.
back there playing with
I was
himself.
just yeah.
Rubbing his man boobies, his bubblies,
um,
bajubbles.
out of all the 3 of the teases, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and The Flash, I'm actually most worried about the Flash movie.
Yeah,
Like
the
not
Flash
not
character.
only because like I don't think the guy like necessarily seems like he would be a good Barry Allen.
Yeah,
I think the actor would probably make a better Wally West, but
sure.
like Barry though, like is a different character entirely, and I don't know if he could do that. They look like they're kind of taking him in a jokier route already. Also, the suit that they had him in, I didn't even recognize as a Flash suit until like Ian told me at home that was him popping up in Batman's dream.
In the metal.
Yeah, that suit isn't gonna cut it for me, man. Like if that's what he wears all the time.
If you
If
look
that
at
was
it-
if
if you
that was
look at
something
it,
that he was
yeah.
just wearing so he could do that,
I think the
then I'm
outer
okay with
layer,
that,
I think
but-
it has a helmet on there, but if you looked, it had the same like underneath like the regular Flash outfit.
Outfit.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope that's what's going on and not just like that's what it looks like all the
I
time.
have a weird theory that could like make a lot of people happy about this film and that moment when he comes back and says that crisis event style stuff. I don't know if you're ready
This is
to hear.
him after filming.
I don't know if we're ready to talk about our feelings for the next stuff that's coming, but or what's coming. But I have a theory that's kind of neat.
Who? You do?
Me do.
Me do.
Yeah.
Me do.
Who do? Me do.
Magic of the Babe.
Remind me of the poop. Well, what's your theory?
Okay, so what if it was a... Okay, so we know that Flash was telling him, you were right about him, blah, 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 blah. And that could be... He's talking about Superman, obviously, but...
Is that obvious?
Kind of...
Because, like, the movie, like, is leading you to believe that he's talking about Superman, but I don't know if that's
Because then he
actually...
said, oh, wait, no, I've come back too early.
Right, but then...
So, like, it would be a completely different
Him
situation.
is the pronoun game. That's how you get
Well,
away
I'm
with
pretty sure that has to do with his flashbacks. Okay, here's two things.
Okay, anyway, keep going.
Let me get
keep
through
going.
them.
Yeah.
So the first thing is what I was just talking about.
Presupposing
okay?
he's talking about Superman.
Yeah, I'm supposing he's kind of talking about Superman, and I'm supposing that it's because if it is Darkseid that's coming, Darkseid's going to have his body resurrected, and he'll be evil, and then it's him telling Batman that there is good in him, he's still in there, you can get him back. That's what he's telling him. Or, we're going completely crisis mode, and this is where another thing where all the people were complaining and shit about the television characters not being on the movies.
Yeah.
If this is a crisis level thing, we'll have multiple Earths.
They could be in it.
So they could be in it. And if we do lead to an anti-monitor, then we're going to need all the fucking help we can get.
I don't want any of the TV shit in the movies.
I understand that, but if that's the level of stuff that's happening, if it's a crisis event, that's what's going to happen. I mean, it would only make sense that way.
Yeah.
And then we get Christian
Shit's
Bale
already
Batman
gay
in
enough.
there.
I mean, we already have some multiple Earth stuff on Flash show already. And he's already kind of like breaking that kind of stuff. Like, what if on the show he runs into...
Yeah, but like that's the type of thing that can work within the confines of the show. That I don't necessarily think can work in... It can work in a movie, right?
We're just not showing anything for that yet.
Well, no, what I mean is like, if it's going to work in a movie, though, I don't think that you should limit yourself to casting. Because you're going to have to, like, basically cast a lot of different people. If you're going to do, like, a real crisis event in a movie, you know?
Right.
But you're also going to need a lot more characters, too. They need to, like, start...
And they have a bunch, though.
They don't have that many.
I mean, if you use the television people, and then you use the Heroes of Tomorrow, or whatever they're called...
Compared to, like, dude, it's going to be like Marvel is now. It's, like, compared to their movies to their comics, like, the percentage-wise, compared to how many characters that are usually in DC stuff.
But this is also DC, and it's not Marvel, where Marvel's saying, like, well, we can't use all those people. And DC might just say, fuck it, let's use them all.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, is it's like, dude, how are they going to get in, like, the Red Tornado, and, like, the Legion, and, like, all this shit that... the Spectre...
It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to show them talking, or actually have bits with them, instead of having...
Like,
I mean, other than having, like, scenes with them in the
If you ever watch the
fighting.
Fight show, like, they do a good job of, like, introducing new characters a lot, and they've only still got, like, into 8 characters. Like, there's only, like, Ray Palmer, a Green Arrow, fucking...
Ray Palmer, that's a great drink.
The Atom. I like Ray Palmer, actually. But, then,
Booster Gold?
No, Booster's not in it yet, at least. But they have teased a Booster Gold, I think. Who's the... Oh my god, why can't I fucking remember his name right now? The dude that's 2 dudes.
Yeah,
Firestorm?
Yeah,
Firestorm.
Firestorm's in it.
So wouldn't it be cool if it does happen that way?
I mean, if it happens, it happens, but I really don't think that they should think that, like, we need to put those TV guys into this movie. Like, fuck that. Like, I don't know.
I don't mean, like, let's throw them in because people want them. I mean, like, that was their plan originally.
Exactly the way.
But they're not gonna show them in a way where it's like, okay, here's the people from the TV show, and here's about a half hour straight with them talking. You know, they're not gonna do.
They
that.
can do what they want. I just also hope they don't limit themselves to that either, because
I don't think that's limiting yourself. I think that's expanding.
No, what I mean is that there's a lot of stuff that the show doesn't have in it also that the comics still do. And so it's like, try and pull more from that. Like, keep going. Like,
I get it. I'm just saying it would be cool if it went full crisis mode.
But, like, that's what I'm saying is, like, don't be afraid to add more than you've already introduced for DC if you want to. Like, if you're going to go into crisis mode, because it's just going to blank out anyway once the end hits. In some way. Alright. Is there anything else to say about Batman vs. Superman? He's coming back. Spoiler. Superman.
You notice that no one's talking about him dying?
yeah, no one's mentioned it.
No one has said it.
Because nobody cares, because they know he'll be back by the next movie.
Yeah, but, like, that's something that they would spoil on the internet, on Facebook especially. Like,
Nobody cares.
It's because of the rocks at the end.
Also,
If they had to close it without that, people would be like, "You dead."
also, I don't think a lot of people went and saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did it first.
No, they
had
did.
a really good opening. and
They
then-
did, but like the fact that like only so many people went and saw it on the opening means that a lot of people that usually see it in the weeks after just didn't go see it because I don't think it had good word of mouth. I think like a lot of people fucking made it seem like dog shit.
But even like comic
And I think a lot of people were all like, "Well, whatever, Civil War's gonna beat it." Like
Well,
it's just like whatever.
the Nerdist didn't even spoil it, and they usually would say something about the ending, you know. But like,
I don't know.
did you hear the theory about Marvel causing negative reviews by paying off the fucking critics?
I don't think anything of the sort happened. What I think happened was fucking DC started advertising this movie about a year before they should have.
2
And-
years.
Okay, even 2 years before they should have. But like, Marvel at least advertised their shit about 2 years early too, but not 3 years early like this movie did.
Yeah, they're releasing
And-
too many fucking trailers for it too. Most of the movie was in it.
I stopped watching the trailers after the first one because I knew it was going to get like that. But all trailers do anymore, so you can't really point the finger at this movie like that.
Yeah.
But specifically, I think the amount of time that they had announced it to when it came out was the biggest problem because people got super hyped up, and then they started worrying, and then basically by the time it had come out, like they were combing through it with like a fine tooth comb and just looking for shit to complain about.
Yeah.
And like it's just they were hyped for too long. You can it's like a vacuum. It's like when you fucking hype something up for too long, it goes back the other way.
Yeah.
And fucking you kill your whole product basically. Anyway, the Rogue One trailer.
I thought it was good.
Why did you think it was good?
It just reminded me of like old style Star Wars, even more so than Force Awakens in the trailer. At
That's
least.
interesting because, like, to me personally, I think it took a premise from old school Star Wars and it actually made it look like even more serious. It made it look like fucking like something that was like way past anything I'd ever seen in any of the Star Wars movies, as far as like how serious all the characters were.
Well, it's
Like,
also because it's not like some farmer kid that got thrown into stuff that he could never imagine even being in his future. You know, this was people that knew what their mission was and were in it because they knew exactly what was happening.
They already
and
said
the seriousness of the issue.
They already said it wasn't, but a lot of people at first thought it was Rey's mom. That lady in it,
Oh yeah, that's Poe's mom, I think.
Poe.
Yeah, Poe
Well,
The
Dameron's
one that
mom.
marries the human.
Yeah.
That's my point, though, is I don't think that like it will feel like a Star Wars movie for the most part, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, though.
Well,
I think that it's kind of cool that you get like a different toned movie
Yeah.
within the Star Wars universe.
it's a
I
return to
don't-
Darth Vader too.
I don't really know if I'm gonna give a
He's gonna
shit.
be in
Oh, dude!
Darth Vader's gonna be in it.
Actually, they'll probably make him look terrifying.
They're even gonna go to Darth Vader's palace.
Mustafar.
What?
His palace.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
On the volcano planet.
You watched the trailer?
I
Yeah, I
watched
watched the trailer.
it, but
That wasn't in it.
No,
Vader
it
was
wasn't.
not
But
in
Vader
it.
Vader's advertised for this film,
Okay.
and they're saying who's gonna play Vader, and I was like, well, obviously it's gonna be
James Earl Jones.
no, Seth Rollins.
Dude, I don't want to see.
Or not Seth Rollins, sorry. What is his name? Sheamus
Henry
from WWE.
Rollins.
No, Sheamus from the WWE is the body of Darth Vader.
I don't want to see Vader at all in cutscenes talking to people. I just
Probably
want to see him pursuing people and being menacing and being
Well,
scary as
Maybe,
shit.
do you
maybe
remember-
kill a bunch of people.
Do you
or
remember what-
or dogfighting. Obviously, dogfighting.
That's exactly why I'm happy about this movie too, is because I fucking love Star Wars dogfighting.
There wasn't a lot of dogfighting in Force Awakens.
There
I'll
wasn't.
give, I'll give you that.
what?
I'll give you that. I didn't really care either, but there
It doesn't matter.
The
Like-
whole thing that turned me on to Star Wars:
wasn't
A
in
New
the
Hope
original,
was flying. No, there was a lot of dogfighting in the original, in A New Hope.
there was
I mean,
there
was
was there
the
was
very end
dogfighting in
sequence.
Force
the
Awakens
battle
also,
of
but
Yavin. The
there
whole
was
thing was
there was
space.
just more in A New Hope though.
Yeah, there was way more.
And more than in like any of the Star Wars movies, actually, at least of the original ones,
Yeah,
than
Yeah.
there was in Force Awakens. But I think that's because they had a lot of ground to cover to kind of like get the record spinning again.
I'm completely forgetting about the whole beginning part in Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Where they're flying the Millennium Falcon through the innards.
That's not a dogfight, though.
It kind of is.
It kind of is. Just for a second, but that's what I mean is that's only like a second. It's like maybe like a minute or two. And then you don't get anything else until the very end when it's like Death Star 3. I'm not a big fan of the idea of like Star Wars movies in the universe set that aren't like actual numbered entries. Because, like, I feel like it might take away from the numbered entries, kind of, a little bit. And I feel like that comic books and TV shows and novels are, like, good enough, you know? But, I mean, this movie does look like it's filmed with a good caliber. But, this sounds good. But, like, on the other hand, I think the Han Solo movie sounds like shit.
Yeah.
But, on the other hand, if they told me, like, hey, we're going to make a Boba Fett movie... You know, I'd fucking be slobbering over myself for that shit. So, I don't know. Like, I guess it just depends on what they're making it about.
It's like the expanded universe. Like, anything that lets them expand on it and keep it going is good in my mind.
As long as it's good, yeah,
And,
I guess.
It kind of makes me think of, like... I'm not saying this will be as good as, like, Daredevil was, or Jessica Jones.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't think those were going to be good at first. And they... have expanded the Marvel universe in a way that I like now.
Yeah, you know what's fucked up is like I feel like that they were able to do that because they were unproven at the time, and now that like Marvel saw that they were kind of successful, I think that Marvel Studios clamped down on them a little more because I am not enjoying season 2 at least of Daredevil. I know, but like that's why.
Are you ready for Luke Cage?
I don't know, maybe. Depends on what they have him doing, basically.
So another mentioning of the comic.
He's gonna be starting Heroes for Hire, right? Like that's what.
Well, no, the Defenders is coming.
I was gonna say the Defenders.
Yeah, it's coming, but like he's gotta like do Heroes for Hire.
Yeah, I think him and Jessica Jones start that, and Luke. Iron Fist is probably gonna be involved too because he was Hero for Hire.
Well, to go back to Rogue One,
They casted him as the one dude from Game of Thrones, the gay one.
I didn't really see anything that like specifically like thrilled me.
The thought of dogfighting thrills me.
The dogfighting looks okay.
I like the stormtroopers, the black
classic stormtroopers and the shock troopers and stuff.
With the crazy face masks. Yeah, those guys look
that actually did kind of look crazy.
And I also
like the fire
excited
troopers
for like whatever outfit she was dressed up in at the end.
You know what this reminds me of?
Bounty hunter outfit or something.
Remember the Dark Forces games?
Yeah.
Kinda.
It's like the Dark Forces games.
A little bit, yeah, where you're just like in a wartime environment, and basically the tone is always going to be different in Star Wars if you're not dealing with the Skywalkers, kind of.
Yeah,
like or Jedi for that matter.
Yeah, other than Darth Vader.
Yeah, Vader.
I think there might not be anything else in it.
Oh, was I wrong? But was that Tarkin that was in it too?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be cool. No, like basically, I felt like the dogfighting will be cool. The plot, I don't think looks that good at all per se.
Yeah.
Like I think that the plot will be like kind of the worst part of it because I think a lot of people like you basically know where it ends up, right? Like, but like I think though that from A to B though they're gonna introduce a lot of characters and this will be the benefit of not having main cast in it that could possibly die all throughout it. Like they're just fodder, you know.
When I first,
and I think that that's going to be the real main appeal to this movie. Will be its tone. Basically, it's going to be a darker Star Wars movie than we're used to.
When I first heard the premise of it, I was like, I don't care. I never really wanted to know where they got the Death Star plans from.
Yeah,
you know. But like since seeing the trailer, I'm like, okay, well, I mean, it looks like there's a little bit more going on there than just that.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
So that makes it a little bit better.
If the characters are interesting enough, I'm down.
I think it's funny because, it's like the Death Star again.
Well, what? It's not even going to... But they might show it, and it's not like they're going to be fighting it. Because we know when they fight it.
They're building it. They're not...
That's true. They won't even get a chance to fight it.
Yeah, like they might just be like... There might be a couple shots of people on.
They're going to test it, I think. But I thought that was the test.
The test was in
Alderaan.
Maybe that'll be like the end of the movie.
Yeah, the end will be like them chasing Leia with it.
Or it could be
with the plans.
We might see it might be even further back than we expected, and we might see a young Obi-Wan?
It's right before.
Not young.
It's right
Like-
before the other movies.
Regular.
Like right before 4.
Regular Obi-Wan.
Oh, okay.
It's like because it's literally how they got the plans that are in R2D2.
Well, couldn't they just have an older Obi-Wan?
They
Yeah.
could have Obi-Wan in it.
Yeah.
I mean, like
It has to
I'm
be
just
Ewan
saying, like
McGregor,
it's
but-
literally then because at first before I knew when exactly it was.
Yeah.
I learned then it was like right then. I thought at first the main character lady was supposed to be playing young Leia.
Oh,
Again.
really?
It kind of
But
looks
she's
like
not.
her.
She's not.
Yeah, that's the girl that's in the. She was a really crack shot pilot in the Return of the Jedi, but she's not shown because she's only in the comic books
Mentioned.
extended universe.
Stupid.
It's Poe Dameron's mama.
Stupid.
Lame.
Yep.
Could care less about
What's that like? Do you even know what that suit is she's wearing at the end? It's like she's becoming Imperial or something.
She's probably going in as a spy,
Yeah,
and she has to dress up just like Luke and Han did to get Leia out.
but it's not like
That's
it's not
possible.
like a stormtrooper outfit or anything. It's like
Well,
something
there's a
different.
lot of black trooper outfits that we've been seeing. You know,
Mhm.
It looked like a rebel outfit, I thought.
who knows? It could be
Rebel. It was
Mandalorian.
like- It didn't. It looked like some sort of armor, but I don't think it really looked.
I thought it looked
Mandalorian.
like, honestly thought it looked like rebel, but just darker colored instead
Oh.
of like the orange and shit. And maybe it's because like,
Here.
maybe they're sending her in using some sort of like experimental craft or something.
In the
That's-
comic
yeah.
book, it looks like she's wearing armor
I
too.
was thinking it's like a pilot suit or something, maybe.
Yeah, but I thought it looked very imperialist, so I thought she was just going in as a spy,
Mhm.
or she turncoat, but I think she didn't.
All right, let's do Civil War conspiracy.
Wait, I just want to say one thing about the Marvel series.
Marvel series.
Man, this cat's all up on my grill.
You're in her spot.
So, I went to the comic book store and I was talking to them about stuff that we've been watching, and I talked to a lot of people about Daredevil 2, season 2. Or actually, I talked to them about what they think about the Defenders movie coming out, or series coming out. And
It's a,
they
no, it's
said,
a movie.
huh?
It's a movie.
Oh, is it a movie?
Yeah, The Defenders
Okay.
is a movie.
So it's, yeah, okay.
Well,
So,
but maybe on Netflix.
right, Netflix movie.
Oh,
That's fine.
I didn't think about it like that.
So here's what I came to. A lot of the people that watched Daredevil season 2 didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
Some people
From
did,
what I
and
saw
some
of it,
people did
I haven't finished it
But
yet.
most people
but like,
didn't.
dude, everything that like had to do with love in this season sucked my ass. Every time it happened, it was cringeworthy for me.
Yeah.
You know, everything
And-
that has to do with this is about love.
Yeah,
Even
but, like-
Frank Castle's stuff.
But see, that's the thing is like flashback to season 1. There was love in that, like at least a few times, and it didn't fucking make me feel like this.
You mean Rosario Dawson?
Yeah,
Does hardly anything though. It felt like it was
it
like
is and it
it
isn't.
felt like it was such a blip of like love and not much of like a lasting showing thing. It was just like a flash of it.
I don't know. I thought their acting around it wasn't that good. Either that or the directing of it wasn't that good. I don't know which.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's all I wanted to say. Nobody liked Daredevil 2. I thought it was okay. I watched the whole thing.
I haven't seen all of it, but like,
It's an okay origin for Frank. It's more about Frank than it is Daredevil.
Yeah.
well, see, we didn't even get back into the Daredevil or Punisher shit. It's like in the midst of the Elektra shit.
Okay,
I
yeah.
could just give a fuck. I can't
Yeah,
care
Electra's
less.
kind of lame.
And that's weird because I usually kind of like Elektra. But
Yeah.
whatever.
I was reading Illuminati. You ever read Illuminati?
Yeah.
And
Like Reed
Elektra's-
Richards, Iron Man.
Yeah, Elektra's a scroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it leads up into Secret Invasion or something.
Yeah. No,
That's how they know the scroll is invaded.
it was like she'd been dead for like 30 years or something. Like that. Basically, ever since that story happened, the one that Frank Miller wrote,
Yeah.
And
and
then she came back.
well, yeah, and that's how they knew. Like, she didn't even know she was a scroll, by the way.
Oh.
Like,
Well, yeah,
you,
they were
you
like-
didn't know that was how they were all sleeper agents. Like, they were programmed to not know even themselves.
Oh, even Black
like,
Bolt.
Until a certain point. What? Black Bolt was one?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, because he tried to kill them when they discovered that what's her face was a scroll too. Because Iron Man had her body, and then he was like, "She's a scroll, damn it!" And then Black Bolt
Who,
said
Spider-Man?
something. No, I'm talking about Elektra
Oh.
in the comic book for Illuminati.
Well, it was weird, though, too, because, like, it turned out, like, all the people that were Skrulls had actually, like, they'd taken them, at least most of them, they'd taken them
At
and
one time or another.
back to the Skrull home planet, and they were, and they preserved them, and so, like, after the Skrull invasion happened, like, certain people came back. Like, it turned out Elektra actually had been alive the whole time there, And so she was just actually back after the secret invasion. Same thing with Spider-Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she came back
that's
that
how
way
they
too.
redeemed Hank Pym.
Yeah. It turned out the Skrull was the one that was beating his wife.
Yeah.
No, really. Like, it was,
Well, no, and they come in later saying that some of the clones were imperfect and had like mental problems and stuff.
Okay.
That's also how they explained a lot of Civil War away as well.
Yeah.
Civil War with Skrulls?
Yeah.
Partially, yeah.
Oh.
Tony basically, like, they had, I can't remember exactly what it was, but the Skrulls infected him with some virus that completely burnt out all the extremists in his system.
Yeah.
And he pretty much had, like, he was, like, controlling almost everything at that point. And without him, there was no one to, like, stop the Skrulls from just full-on invading.
Uh-huh.
And it is basically,
That is
like,
what set it off. I forgot.
yeah, and it's basically just, like, Civil War was all just a setup for him to be in a position of power enough to be, like, taken over like that.
Do you think that's what's going to happen with the movie?
No.
No. But, speaking of Skrulls
And Civil War.
and Civil War,
Oh yeah. Well, I think the Bucky that we see in
the Bucky.
the Bucky that we see in the trailer is not the real Bucky, and that it's a Skrull.
It's Skrull.
I don't know if I think he's a Skrull, but I think you're right that sometimes the Bucky you see in that trailer might not be the real Bucky.
So wait,
Clone Bucky.
question.
It's either a clone or it's a Skrull.
How
Yeah.
different
Like
is
a
Skrulls from
replicator man.
Cylons?
The difference being...
Skrulls are just actually people for the most part.
Well, they're genetically engineered, like, aren't they? To specifically... Like, the ones that, like, mimic people, right?
Yeah.
They're only, like, a year old.
So how are they different from
They've been
Cylons?
born in, like, a tube. And...
This is where it gets weird, because, like, they're almost identical to, like, the Kree or whatever. And, like...
Wait, the Kree?
Yeah.
No, the Kree aren't green.
They're blue.
Yeah, but they
They're
don't have
an
the...
alien
They don't have...
society that
they don't
have
have
been
the
bred for, like,
They don't have the
combat
ball
and, like-
chins either.
I'm not saying they look exactly the same. I said that their, like, stories are basically
But
the
the
same.
but the
Kinda.
Skrulls,
They
the
don't,
Skrulls
they
wouldn't
don't
be in
do that either, though, do they? Do they do the genetic manipulation to, like, steal
Yeah.
people's...
Not steal people's powers, but they did it to basically make their people into, like, super warriors.
But
like
according,
Skrulls.
if we look at this and we look at the way that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been going, since it's very much like the Ultimate Universe and they have Chitauri, then there are no Skrulls. The Chitauri are the Skrulls because that was the Ultimate Universe's version of Skrulls.
Yeah.
I wish it was like the Ultimate Universe.
Kind of is. A little
Yeah,
bit.
it's kind of is, but it isn't.
I mean, you got a Black Nick Fury.
Yeah, but I mean, like, in all the ways that the Ultimate Universe, like, is good to me, like, in the way that the Ultimate Universe goes over the top, is the way that the movies don't go over the top, in
Yeah.
my opinion. Like, it's basically, like, in my opinion, the Ultimate Comics are like a what if Marvel Comics was done by Image.
Yeah.
And that's what I get out of it.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
least.
yeah. I
It's,
see that.
it's an edgier Marvel, basically. And that sounds stupid, but, like, that's what it is.
I see it. I kind of like. I was talking to
Who do you think's gonna die in Civil War?
Iron Man.
Oh, Captain America.
See,
Iron
I think they
Man.
want us to think it's gonna be Captain America, and I don't know who it's gonna be. Actually, it might be Iron Man, but I think they might puss out, and I think they might make it Falcon.
But he's supposed to become Captain America.
I think Bucky's gonna become him, if anything.
See, that's the thing. And then Steve Rogers doesn't really die, and he comes back as the agent or whatever his name is.
The only thing that makes me feel like the Captain isn't going to get shot or get killed at the end is fucking. They're already teasing that he's gonna be in the Spider-Man movie.
Huh. Okay, then you got me.
Like, not Chris Evans though. They're just saying Captain America. So maybe.
Oh, okay, so maybe Bucky.
Yeah.
So
And he doesn't become Falcon, or Falcon doesn't become Captain America for a long time.
I actually heard something about the whole feud between Iron Man and Captain America and why they're feuding. I don't know if you guys heard this, but at the comic book store, which I was at a lot and mentioned a lot, someone told me that there's a rumor going around that the reason why Tony Stark is in fucking heated
At Bucky?
hatred, no, at Captain America is because Captain America is defending Bucky, whom killed Howard Stark.
Yes, that's what I was gonna get at. Is in Winter Soldier, there's some documents where it's going through a list of like the people the Winter
Targets.
Soldier has
And it was
supposedly
thought-
assassinated,
Yeah.
and Howard Stark is one of the
Died
faces that
under
pops up.
suspicious circumstances.
So yeah, like that's another thing. But no, there's specifically a scene in the trailer that this one dude freeze frames this one spot at, where Captain America is talking to Iron Man, and like they walk, and this shit like kind of moves out of the way, and in the background you can see like something that looks like the Winter Soldier frozen in a tube, right? But then right to the left of Iron Man is another dude that looks just like Bucky. Like it's in one. It's crazy.
Robots.
Well,
Life model decoys.
that's I guess
Yeah.
that's an option also. Dude, I hope that they fucking make the Black Panther as smart as he's supposed to be. Because he's supposed to be one of the 8 fucking smartest people on the face of the planet.
Is Doctor Strange going to be in the Civil War? Even just a cameo? 'Cause
No, he's going to be in
Did you see
Infinity.
the
trailer?
Infinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did watch the trailer. Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
It's another origin, but it feels
Actually, I'm
very
not-
true to the comic.
I'm not 100% sold, but I'm also not 100% against it yet.
Yeah, I like the kaleidoscope version of changing dimensions.
I thought that too, but if that's as weird as it gets, then they've failed. Like, it needs to get much weirder than that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it doesn't get weirder than that, and I'm not 100% against Cumberbatch from the beginning. Yet, at least. I think I'm gonna not watch any more trailers for it, though. I think I'm just gonna let it happen.
Yeah, I'm going to let it go too.
But I will say this, though, like I told you earlier, it's kind of like the last straw for me with Marvel. This is Marvel's last chance to like really make me give a shit about their movies.
Well, what about Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
I don't care.
But you loved Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
I like Guardians. I didn't love it, but I thought it was a good movie, and I thought it was one of the better Marvel movies.
I know you didn't watch Ant-Man because you don't like this incarnation of Ant-Man, but it was actually better than I expected.
Even though it's better than you expected, that still doesn't mean like it's a good movie.
It was a good film.
It's probably okay.
Okay.
I mean, like it's watchable. It probably doesn't have like any glaring plot holes and shit like that. But like,
It was fun. It was good.
I bet it wouldn't even make your fucking like top 200 movies ever like list.
Well, of course not. Not many superhero movies have.
I'd put Avengers in like the top 100 movies.
I'd rather put Guardians of the Galaxy in its place.
Wow, really? You like
Yeah.
Guardians more than Avengers? I mean, that's okay. That's your opinion.
I
But
kind of liked it.
Avengers was just like so fucking crazy on how, like, there's different levels of mimicking a comic
Okay.
book because there's just so many different comic book styles, right?
Yeah.
But Avengers, like, straight up fucking was dead on what I imagine should be an Avengers comic book.
But you see, the thing is with the Avengers compared to Guardians, for me was and to be in my top 100, if I were to have one,
Yeah.
it would be rewatchability. Like, can I rewatch this film and have the same and have some?
I feel like I could watch Avengers a lot more than I could watch Guardians.
Oh, I loved watching Guardians. I watched it 5 times, and I've seen Avengers maybe 3 only because I wanted to watch the director's commentary twice.
I've definitely watched it more than 3 times. I've only watched Guardians once.
Okay.
But I've watched...
Guardians felt just as good as it did the first time.
Well, see, like, my whole thing with Avengers is, like, it barely has any dialogue to it at all. It's just, like, basically, like, 3 big action set pieces that go for, like, 45 minutes apiece.
There's a lot of cool stuff in it.
And, like, that's why, like, I feel like that movie is, like, almost infinitely rewatchable. Is because it's just all action, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, I guess, like, if you like Guardians that much, it's just... I don't know, I could see, like, me not giving a shit about a lot of it. Like, but there's a lot of good characters in it, so... I don't know. I'm like sitting here splitting straws over my 2 favorite Marvel movies.
Yeah.
When like those 2 basically stand head and shoulders above the rest for me almost.
When you say action movies, that just makes me think about Mad Max.
When I think of Ant-Man, it's like, okay, it's probably like on caliber to, let's say like Iron Man 2. But like, and I liked Iron Man 2, but it's like, I look back at it and it's like, dude, I just don't care.
It was way better than Iron Man 2.
Way better than Iron Man 2?
Yeah, it was.
I bet it isn't. For me, at least.
Okay.
I'll watch it.
Now that I'm telling you that, you're not gonna, you know.
No, it's just
you're not
that
gonna
I...
like it at all.
No, that's not why I said that. It's more along the lines because I enjoyed Iron Man 2 more than most people enjoyed Iron Man 2.
I liked it too.
I thought that a lot of people gave Iron Man 2 more shit than it deserved. And Iron Man 3.
I think Iron Man 3 was worse than 2, but...
I think that they're at its highs, I liked Iron Man 3 a lot more than I liked 2. Like, I really liked how it Tony Stark's like frail side.
Yeah, that was
Kind of.
cool. I just didn't care for the antagonism.
I did. I liked the fake out with fucking Mandarin also. I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, I guess I didn't like Guy Pearce that much. I thought he was kind of dumb. But I really liked.
Could have done without them.
I liked his power set though. I liked like how he what he was doing.
The extremists.
Like where he could like fucking melt through suits and shit.
Yeah.
Like that was cool for me. It was just I didn't give a shit about the bad guy. Like,
That's an important thing for me. Is to,
well, I was telling you the other day, dude, Marvel barely ever gets the bad guy right.
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't, aside from Loki, I feel like they've never really gotten one right.
how many of you are still waiting to fucking see Thanos in a full body shot?
I don't really care about Thanos, like, at this point almost. Like, I don't see how, they really need to get his eyes right, by the way. They need to black out his eyes.
Yeah.
The Josh Brolin eyes don't work very well. Alright, and Baskin.
Oh, God.
One of the best horror movies I've seen this year.
I really enjoyed Baskin quite a bit. Okay, what do you think it was about? Because, okay, the synopsis, basically, like, online, the quick and dirty of it, it says 4 policemen, basically, like, accidentally go to hell, right? But I don't think it's that simple. I think they're just kind of simplifying that shit, right?
Yeah.
In a weird way, it, like, ties back to that fucking kid's childhood.
Yeah, and not only that, but it has like a loop on it, so it's almost like a purgatory-esque hell. Like it is like a level of hell where you just relive the same traumatic thing over and over and over.
If you watch it again, right, like the part where they fly into the lake,
yeah,
the guy like falls asleep, like the young guy, right before that happens, and so he's actually sleeping, and also like on like my third viewing of this movie.
you watched it 3 times.
Yeah, this would be our third, well, the end half at least 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay, like the shit like that doesn't make any sense. Like the guy's guts already hanging out of his stomach, right?
Yeah.
Or fucking the guy falling over and the spider coming out of his mouth. Where you're just like, what the fuck is happening? It's all a dream.
Yeah.
All that shit is a dream. And the reasoning also, like, that I came up with that, like, it was kind of backed up a little bit by him pulling the key out. Because remember what he was saying in the diner? He said that, like, he's always having this dream, and then he wakes up into another dream, right? I think that's what he was doing. Like, the diner is the first layer of the dream, and then he wakes up into that second layer of the dream, which is them being tortured down in that fucking weird church basement.
Oh, it's all Inception.
Kind of, yeah. Because, like, that's why he's able to pull the key out, though, so easily. It's because it's just a dream barrier. It's not from a dream into real life. It's just from a dream to a dream. But also, like, at some point, they have to, like, be in the real world because that kid was born in the real world.
So what was the real world? Was it that
That's why it's...
thing that they were
Well, he
in?
said, like, the parents got his name from a dream, too. I'm wondering if, like, he's, like, somehow actually the child of the bald man.
Yeah, that's what I think he is.
That's what I was saying the other day.
Yeah.
Remember when we were talking about it?
Well, they said they found the kid, though, right? Or, no, they didn't find it?
Did someone handed them a baby in the dream and said, "Here, this is Arda."
And
then
his
when he
parents
woke up-
died not too long after his friend died.
Yeah.
And that's
It was a
when
year
he
after
was-
the...
In a car crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while he was dreaming, he heard people having sex, and it could have been those monster people.
Okay, in the diner that one time, the guy, his guardian, right? Like,
Yeah, that guy.
the other cop?
Yeah.
He told him that, like, ever since he was a kid, he had sensed these things, right? And so, like, he had been placed in his company to, like, protect him from certain things, right?
Yeah.
And, like, it was some way to give him that key, right? Like, I'm not sure how they foretold that, like, how whoever was going to protect them knew about that, but, like, what did he know about Arda, the bald man? When he's like, I was right about you.
He was able to
Do something?
Yeah, use
To see
mental
things.
powers or some shit.
And, like, who's... Oh, man. There's a lot of questions I have about that movie.
But also, like, maybe there aren't that many answers.
I was gonna say it could just, like I said when we were talking about it the other day, I'm like, there could be meanings, but it could all just be a dream. So
Why
it
didn't
doesn't have to
the
be any
bald man even
logic.
try to fucking, like, talk to the guy with the guts hanging out? Like, it was like all of a sudden that guy just had the guts hanging out. Because, like, he tried to convince that Yuzka guy or whatever, right? Yavuz. Yeah, he tried to convince him, like, to join their little fuck party or whatever, like, the weird
I
Satanism
think that
orgy.
first guy was just like, he was like meat already. From when
I think he was
hit
already
the head.
tainted, dude. I think, like, a lot of the like the wound and the fact that like they didn't mess with him at all, they just kind of murdered the shit out of him. I think that goes back to his time in the army. For some reason, I just get a feeling that that's what that's about.
That could be. I honestly have no fucking idea what that movie's about.
I also do think they like crossed the dimensional boundary or some sort of shit because of like an alignment of the planets or something. Because he keeps talking about like becoming one with the cosmos or some shit.
No, he
And
says,
like on this night of
night
night,
when realms unite.
yeah, man, that guy's so fucking weird looking though. She found a picture of him like online.
Looks like Popeye.
No, just wearing like jeans and t-shirt and a fanny pack, and it's fucking ridiculous looking, dude.
You remember the movie with Brad Pitt where he's like that southpaw boxer? Not where he's an actual boxer, but it was what was it called?
You talk about Snatch?
Snatch. Yeah, he looks like a guy that would live in the trailer parks with him.
What
Yeah.
the
Gypsy?
fucking
Yeah, he looks like a gypsy
Romani.
guy.
kinda real gypsies?
Yeah, a real Turkish gypsy.
The cuss from the white man from town.
I want to hear him speak English and just see what it's like.
You've seen Thinner, right?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay, that movie's awesome. It's a good movie.
I've seen it a couple times. It's good. Makes me want pie.
Yeah, right. Except then it like
Poison
moves
pie.
and shit, and then you're like, I don't want that pie. At least, well, maybe if it's cherry.
I want banana cream pie.
I want the pie that makes you skinny.
No, dude, it makes you like too skinny.
I don't care.
You will die.
That's not the right kind of skins.
I like their Turkish dancing too.
I like the song in the car where they're all singing
Yeah, that's
and they're singing about killing women.
It's like, love me or kill your face, strip your lips, whip your tits, and do the rest, cause you're a woman, I'm a man.
Knock, knock, knock. I'm gonna rape you.
Yeah.
Here comes my dick.
Yep.
But like the song actually had like foreshadowing in it.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Super, like, weird, like far off, like, Bollywood, like,
But yeah,
little bit.
I actually liked that song so much that I thought it was my favorite part of the movie.
My favorite part of the movie was definitely the little guy.
It had nothing to do with the lyrics of the song. It had everything to do with the way that it sounded.
And everything that little guy was saying was awesome, I thought.
That little guy scared me.
Like, yeah, that's what I mean, too.
You know how tall I am compared to that guy? But that guy could probably pick me up over his head.
He had, like, locks all over his body, too. I wonder what the locks meant. Like,
Well, he had that keyhole on his forehead, so...
yeah, but I mean, like, what did that mean, though? Like, what would it open up? Like,
that
what
he's-
was behind it?
That he held secrets.
But what secrets?
Well, that's probably what
Who
he
the
was
fuck
trying to get
knows?
at.
I bet it actually just symbolizes the secrets of the movie. But, like, that was the other question, too, is, like, he actually seemed to know the family that owned the restaurant.
He knows.
That they were
Well, he
at
was
the
the
beginning.
meat. He was the meat man.
Yeah, he was giving him the meat. Like, and it was just like, what's happening?
We don't know. Like,
And nobody even ate the meat either. It just
'Cause
sat
it was
there and
human
cooked
flesh.
forever.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it
I
was
think it
just
was
part of the
human flesh.
ritual to make everything happen.
they could have already been in hell or whatever before
Yeah.
the movie even started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, and I also feel like if I like really looked at the archetypes of the people that they found like outside of the place when
Yeah.
they got out of the van,
That's like
that
purgatory.
that they would represent like something from like that was in Dante's Inferno or
Yeah,
some shit.
that's like purgatory.
there's like a
Pinhead
family, like a husband.
There was the big
Almost.
giant guy, there was the little girl, there was the wife that was kind of like snooty and like kind of suggestive, but then like also suggested things to them, but then she was
Pinhead man.
submissive also. And then there was like the weird laughing guy.
The pinhead guy.
Pinhead, yeah, he was dim-witted. kinda.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what they call. It's a fucked up term, but that's what the medical.
What does that mean?
It's when your cranium's all fucked
Oh,
up.
I didn't notice his head
It's
was
like Pepper
that.
from. It's like Pepper from
American Horror Story.
Even though that's all makeup.
That's not all makeup, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah. She's actually really hot.
Okay.
But,
no, I didn't notice his head was like that, though.
Yeah, his head is like that. And then the frogs. What the fuck's up with the frogs?
I think the frogs just symbolize something in Turkish lore, like a curse.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, okay, and did you notice that part too when they weren't in the place yet? Like in the bathroom when the guy started screaming? Did you notice in the mirror, before he started screaming, the little guy was directly behind him?
I didn't see him.
Yeah, he was in the mirror. And then, like right after he gets out of
He's
the
wearing a
toilet,
hood,
right?
So you can't tell if what his face looks like or anything.
Yeah, he still has the hood down.
Okay, yeah, then I didn't recognize him. Yeah.
But, like, dude, when they bust him out of there, he's not in the bathroom anymore.
Yeah.
And like the guy said, like
There's
afterwards
tons of things in
that yeah, when he was done screaming, he said He said, I felt like I just had to lose my mind for a second. That's what he said.
Same thing happened to that other guy when he was in the restaurant and then he went into the bathroom and screamed.
That's what you were talking about.
Oh, was that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant when the scene where before they went into the pit, the guy went to the bathroom and all those people were fucking like in there, like in cages.
He wasn't in the bathroom. He fucking, remember that cop that was beating his head against the wall fucking led him there.
Yeah.
And he told him like something was in that room. What did he say was in there? I can't remember.
He said they're there.
Oh yeah. That was his police squad. That was all Silent Hilling out on each other.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, dude, they like lifted him upside down and were like, getting ready to stab rape him or something.
That just makes me not want to drive home at night.
What?
So
Like, you
just don't
see
go-
that on the side of the road?
If
You're in
whatever
a car,
you
though,
do, don't
keep
go into
going.
the abandoned building.
Yeah.
Don't
And
go
if you
towards,
do go into the abandoned building, don't go down the stairs.
don't
And-
go towards Almaden Lake.
And
either.
don't hit the bloody guy with your van, because then it'll turn into you.
Don't
Yeah.
drive alone on
Good
Hicks
thing I don't
Road.
drive a van anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, don't drive alone on Hicks ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually kind of true. Don't do that.
Don't do that because there's some
Yeah,
Popeye
binos
armed
do.
guy there.
But yeah, if you haven't seen Baskin, totally watch Baskin, because I doubt
It's
us just
legit.
talking about it is gonna like.
Make any sense to you?
Yeah, but it's really good and really fucking trippy, and I like kind of that it's foreign also.
You will need subtitles if you are
Yeah,
English
get
speaking.
subtitles, definitely. And
yeah, you need to download the text file for the subs.
And
so
yeah,
you can
that's
download it.
that's it though. But I don't think I'm gonna go see Civil War when it comes out.
Yeah.
I'll watch it when it's like on Blu-ray or something. But like,
yeah, I'll blame you.
I basically have seen enough in the trailers to know what kind of a movie it's gonna be. And I don't think anything's really gonna surprise me. Like we already guessed Skrulls or clones, you know.
Mhm.
Like and nobody really good is gonna die.